Hello and welcome back to Why Such a Fuss. We still have James with us today, primarily going to be covering privacy notices. So James, feel free to jump in if you have anything to contribute. The reason why I wanted to talk about privacy notices is because it's a big subject and one that is very misunderstood. First of all, there is a confusion between policy and notice. And that is because a lot of the website platforms, they have, privacy policy on it. You got to remember that a lot of website platforms are American. And so it's an Americanism, but the policy and notice have two different meaning. And they are being used interchangeably, which then leads to, misleads the purpose of it. So to clarify, a policy is an internal document to an organization, which is then used by the organization to inform its employees or instruct its employees and provide them with instruction on how the organization expects them to treat privacy. So a data protection policy would be about data protection. But that's what a privacy policy would do. It's internal to the organization, while instead the notice is a statement external to customers, to employees, job applicants, etc. So to people that you are using their data. So it's to inform them how the organization is using their personal data. So these two documents have two very different purposes. The policy is to instruct, the notice is to inform. I've also seen, for example, if you're purchasing something online, where they ask you to tick the box to say, I've agreed with the terms and conditions. They also ask you to tick a box, I've agreed to the privacy policy, which should be noticed. But that is incorrect because there's nothing for the customer or the end user of your website to agree to. It's an information, so that it's inappropriate, it doesn't work, and it's also unlawful. By doing that, you're then asking them to consent. So if you want them to consent, then you've got to give them two options. I agree and I disagree. And then what happens if they disagree? It's not the right thing to do. A privacy notice is there to inform them how you're using the data. That's it. You can perhaps ask them to say, I've read the document, but that's it. It's got nothing to do with agreeing. There is also this belief that a privacy notice needs to be a complex and lengthy document written by a lawyer, full of legal jargon. These could not be further from the truth. While the content of the notice needs to comply with Article 13 criteria, so it needs to cover certain information, but it needs to be done in a very simple language, a language that a young person could understand. So you don't want legalese, and also you don't want it to be long document. There is ways of creating a privacy notice using images, cartoons, even videos. So be creative. We've done one for one of our clients. They are a care home for children. And we've used Canva to create it, where we use a lot of imagery, cartoons. It's really, it's really good. I'm really pleased with it. And the client was also. So this is what I mean. Be creative. Now, there is also another type of privacy notice, which is referred to as the Article 14 privacy notice. So this comes into effect when you as an organization are collecting the personal data, not directly from the individual, but through a third party or a public source. So the individuals still have the right to be informed, so they need to be told that their data has been purchased or it's been acquired through such and such organization, the purpose and the intent of what you're going to do with it, how long you're going to retain it. You also need to give them the opportunity to get deleted, etc. So, this is the real case. I have posted on LinkedIn, on my LinkedIn profile, a post about this. So if you're not following me on LinkedIn, you might want to do that. So just search for CVG Solutions and click on follow. Or alternatively, you can find my personal profile by searching Cristina Vannini _Goodchild. And again, if you click on the bell sign, then you get all my social media posts, which very often have valuable content. Is there anything you wanted to add on that, James? What's your personal experience on privacy notices?
Personal experience. So I often find that a lot of them are either missing or they have just been copied and pasted from a template. I think where you said that obviously they don't need to be long and lengthy, absolutely correct, but they need to be individual to the company.
Absolutely.
So when you're visiting a website, when someone clicks on it, it needs to be relevant to you, not just a copy and paste from a document source online. Make sure that it's personal to you and as a business, so it's relevant to your clients and the people visiting you, whether that be through your website or placing an order with you or doing business with you, that it's relevant to them. I think that's one of the biggest things that I would say, Christina, one of the biggest learning curves that I've been on was understanding that it needs to be relevant to you as a business. So it's also relevant to you as your clients.
Absolutely. That is a very good point. Yes. I've seen, like you said, many organizations copying and pasting, they found it, oh yes, this will do, and they'll put it on, but they're actually not realizing that it's not relevant to their business. Or they start talking about is if you were an employee. So they would say, we would use your data for disciplinary and performance management. I'm thinking, I'm a user of a website. What is that going to do with that?
Yeah.
So absolutely, it needs to be relevant. So it needs to be if you are going to download something, make sure you read it and then you customize it to fit within your environment.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a good point, James. Thank you very much. See you soon.
See you soon. Cheers. Bye. Bye.